Welcome back to the Command Flight Planner tutorial series. In this tutorial we will be working with the Command Flight Planner aircraft type library to create personalized aircraft profiles. Command Flight Planner is capable of planning for a wide range of aircraft, from small single-seaters through to high-performance jet aircraft. You can create aircraft profiles using the aircraft data contained in the aircraft library as templates. There is also a quick aircraft function that allows you to enter only the bare essentials in one simple screen, or create profiles from scratch using your own aircraft data. Any way you choose to do it, it's an easy and straightforward process. Returning to our flight plan from previous tutorials, we can see that Command Flight Planner reports the aircraft being used for this plan in the status bar at the bottom of the window. As we have not yet nominated a specific aircraft for this plan, Command Flight Planner has used the default aircraft, which has been set under the Settings tab in the side menu, where you can nominate which aircraft you want as your default. In the current plan, Command Flight Planner has calculated the track settings, ground speed, distances, fuel usage, time intervals and so on, using the information defined in this default aircraft profile. Of course, if this is not the aircraft you want to use for this flight, we can override the aircraft selection by visiting the Aircraft tab in the side menu. Moving to the Aircraft tab, the work area is broken into several areas. There's a sub-menu of functions which relate to working with aircraft profiles. It includes the Quick Aircraft function, checking and copying, importing and exporting profiles. Clicking on any of these sub-menu functions activates the various relevant functions in the work panel. There are also two lists of aircraft profiles with their respective editing menus. The top list is of aircraft that you have already configured and can apply immediately to a flight plan, and the bottom list contains a library of aircraft types that you can use as a template when creating your own profile definitions. To change the aircraft used in the plan we have just created, we simply select the aircraft from the top list and then click Use Aircraft. Command Flight Planner will warn you that the current load and fuel data will be overwritten, and you can choose to continue. We can then return to the flight plan and see that the plan has now been completely recalculated to reflect the parameters of the new aircraft. Of course, you will also need to check that the fuel and loading settings that have been recalculated are still within limits. Returning to the Aircraft tab, we will now create an aircraft based on the Cessna 182 in the Aircraft Type library. Select the Cessna 182 entry from the bottom list and then click on the icon on the toolbar with the T on it. This is the Create New Aircraft Based on Template icon. You will then be asked to confirm the action, and once you have clicked Continue, the work panel will display a new aircraft form for you to edit. In these forms, areas coloured in light blue will need to be completed as a minimum requirement. Enter the call sign and then the full call sign in the respective fields and click OK. This will generate a panel containing multiple tabs relating to defining the aircraft profile for you to complete. The configuration description can be any text you wish to describe this particular configuration. And once your profile is saved, this text label will appear in the Aircraft Configuration drop-down list. Continue on to complete the Performance category and other details. As you save, Command Flight Planner will inform you if there's any missing data. If the data is non-essential, you can proceed to save and return and edit it later if you wish. If there's any essential data missing, you will not be able to save, and a warning message will appear listing the necessary additions. Most of the data for the aircraft type has already been entered, but it is recommended that you visit the NavCom SSR tab and select a transponder type at the drop-down box under the heading Secondary Surveillance Radar. You can save and use a configuration at this point. As you move through the remaining tabs and enter the information for your aircraft, you will notice that the aircraft configuration can be as simple or as detailed as you wish to make it. While a lot of the information is optional, providing the information here means that it will be used to create more accurate flight plans and or be copied into your flight notifications, and you will not have to worry about completing these fields again. After you've created and saved a new aircraft, it will appear in the top list of aircraft that are ready to use in your flight planning. To use your newly defined aircraft, simply click on it and then the Use Aircraft button, and the aircraft will be applied to the flight plan and all calculations will be updated. The Quick Aircraft function is a one-screen, bare essentials way to enter an aircraft. Click on Quick Aircraft in the side menu. As usual, the light blue fields are essential. When you have completed the fields, click the Save Aircraft and Activate for Immediate Use button. This will save the aircraft and select it as the aircraft for your current plan. If you wish to enter a new aircraft profile that is not based on one from the aircraft library or a quick aircraft, click on the Create New Aircraft button at the top of the aircraft listing panel. Command Flight Planner will ask for the usual call sign, full call sign, type and description. Once you complete these and click OK, the familiar collection of tab screens will appear. We will quickly run through the essential and recommended data to include in your profile. Beginning with the Basic Data tab, you can specify a configuration description using any text you want to describe this particular configuration, or you can leave the description as standard. Check that the rest of the information on this panel is complete and move to the Cost Unit Survival tab. In the Cost Unit Survival tab, it is essential that you select a fuel unit and a weight unit. The flight costing information on this page is optional, but required if you would like Command Flight Planner to calculate optimal cruising levels for you. The emergency equipment information will be used to complete the flight notification. Under the Basic Performance tab, you will need to enter figures in the light blue fields. It is also recommended that you enter the fuel-specific gravity, which will be used in loading calculations, and a taxi time allowance. Moving to the Fuel tab, you'll need to enter fuel tank descriptions and maximum quantities in the fuel units entered earlier under the Cost Unit Survival tab. Finally, you should visit the Navcom SSR tab. Select your navigation and communication equipment and scroll down to the Secondary Surveillance Radar heading and select a transponder type. As you save the configuration, Command Flight Planner will warn you of any missing, essential or recommended data. If at any stage you wish to return to a saved aircraft and edit its information, simply select the aircraft you wish to edit and then the Edit icon in the top toolbar. Once you have defined an aircraft, the Aircraft Profile function allows you to create multiple configurations of the same aircraft to facilitate different load options, seating arrangements, power settings or other parameters of the aircraft. In this way you can save not only the basic aircraft details but quite specific aircraft setups and select them when needed. Simply bring up the aircraft in edit mode and then click the Copy Configuration button at the bottom of the panel. This will create another copy that you can give a different description to, and this will be added to the drop-down menu of configurations for that aircraft. In this way you can make as many variations based on this aircraft profile as you like. For instance, you can create a different performance profile using the Performance Profile tab, where you can add different TASs for climb, cruise and descent, rate of climb, and climb, cruise and descent fuel flow rates for different altitudes. Or you can create a different loading configuration under the Loading tab. These will then be available to you as you select the aircraft profile and then the configuration. In this tutorial we have covered how to change the aircraft on a flight plan, how to create an aircraft profile using an existing type from the aircraft library as a template, the Quick Aircraft function, and creating an aircraft from scratch. Join us in the next tutorial where we will look at the forms and printing options available in Command Flight Planner.